You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, B&B fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I have a comings and goings update for you for the CBS soap opera. So we've got a hunk back on the scene, another legacy hunk that seems to be gone already, a troublemaker's back in town, and another maybe lurking nearby. So here is who is in and who is out at the CBS soap. But first, if you haven't, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. All right, let's dig in. So we have Adain Bradley back as Xander Avant, something I want to talk about quickly, but I wonder how long he's actually going to be around. Did Xander show up at Finn's office to hurl emotional hand grenades, then take off? Or are we going to have more scenes? So first, I just want to say, did you happen to notice Steffi's reaction when Finn told her Xander was there at his office? She was not happy at all. Xander, like it or not, was quite culpable in keeping Hope's baby Beth away from her and letting Steffy get more and more attached to baby Phoebe back during that storyline. Steffi's got no good feelings or thoughts about Xander, and Xander was not in the right, not at all, even though he's back to throw shade at Thomas. No, Xander wasn't the one driving behind intern Emma on that dark, windy road, but Xander's actions are also indefensible. He could have blown the whistle on Reese Buckingham and that baby stealing as soon as he found out, but he didn't because of a girl, Zoe Buckingham. Meanwhile, Thomas wanted the secret kept, also for a girl, but it was Hope Logan. So I can understand why Steffi is suspicious about anything Xander has to say. Also, Finn remarked that Thomas was at the center of the baby stealing drama. They're twisting this. At the center of the baby stealing drama was the baby stealers, Dr. Reese Buckingham and felony Flo Fulton, his partner in crime, the one who sold the baby to Steffi. One of them's in prison and one got a total pass on stealing the baby because Flo's a Logan and she coughed up a kidney for her Auntie Katie. And that's how she got a pass for actually stealing that baby. More than anybody else aside from Reese, Flo stole that baby, but she was just sitting around having conversations with people. Hell, they gave her a job at Forrester Creations. I don't care if you cough up a kidney. Baby stealing, not okay. Bottom line. Thomas came into that baby stealing thing way later, after Zoe found out, kept it hidden for months. After Xander found out and kept it hidden for a while, Xander could have shut the whole thing down long before Thomas ever had a chance to find out. So yeah, I see why Steffi doesn't want to hear anything about that guy. And then we have Finn, who is hearing all of this third hand from someone who is a literal stranger to him. That's who Xander is to him, a literal stranger, but he's treating what Xander said as gospel and then spouting it back to his wife as a factual accusation, accusing her brother of murder. This is not going to go well for Finn. As for Xander, I'm very curious to see if they keep him around or if he's already done. If he's in, out, hurl accusations, gone, I don't think he's going to stick around. He knows nobody at Forrester wants to see him. And as for justice for Emma Barber, it's a nice idea, but I don't think anything much will or can change about the outcome. Her accident was thoroughly investigated at the time. They found evidence she was texting while driving. Thomas's car never came into contact with hers. There were no dings. There was no paint transfer. In fact, if I recall, Brooke actually checked Thomas's car looking for it. So morally, sure, go ahead. Feel free to blame Thomas. If you don't like him, that's okay. But legally, there's literally nothing to charge him with, no evidence. The Keystone cops at the LAPD can't even manage to keep Sheila Carter in prison. So I just doubt they're going to reopen this old case that was deemed an accident and make something of it when there was no evidence. So I don't think this Xander thing, honestly, is about Thomas going to jail, therefore not about justice for Emma. Just if that's what you're hoping, I think you need to realign your expectations. What I think this is about is messing up Steffy and Finn's marriage and also Thomas and Hope's relationship. And all of that will make Liam Spencer very happy because he doesn't want Thomas with Hope just because he doesn't want Hope to be happy, I think, with any other man, but definitely not with Thomas. And as for Steffy and Finn, we know he wants to steal Steffy. So also, speaking of Liam, we do not have an air date yet for him. I don't think he's gone anywhere. I'm worried, but I suspect he's just in the background lurking. But we do have an air date for his daddy, Dollar Bill Spencer. So Bill has got a date with Luna's mom, Poppy Nozawa, this Wednesday, January 4th. It's not clear if we're going to see Bill the day ahead, maybe on, Thursday. Thursday is the 4th. So it's not clear if we might see him on, say, Wednesday asking her out, or if the asking and the going is all going to happen on Thursday, but definitely by Thursday. So I'm intrigued by the fact that Bill knows Poppy. I mean, it sounds like he has taken her for a ride on the Spencer Stallion before, but I think a lot of people have gotten on that ride like a Disney attraction. That means that there is a solid chance that Bill may be Luna's daddy. So, and also that means we've got Poppy back this week, by the way, comings and goings. But if Luna is really Liam's half-sister, does that mean they brought Luna in as a casting choice and then decided, okay, now we can fire Darin Brooks as Wyatt Spencer, as long as they give Liam a replacement sibling? I cannot imagine what goes on in Brad Bell's head with his hiring and firing decisions. You know, Steffy and Thomas don't need their mom, but they get Xander, and Liam loses Wyatt and gains this rando intern sister. You know, make it make sense to me. One thing I am kind of enjoying, though, is the flashbacks of Emma. Her arc was short and tragic. I do expect to see more of her as Finn kept spreading accusatory rumors and chatter. But I do wonder if Nia Sue is going to get any residuals from her brief time as Emma on the CBS soap with all this footage they're showing again. Because I have to tell you guys, I was real excited when they cast Nia Sue as Emma, because I was, back in the day, an avid watcher of Dance Moms, and she was dynamite on there. If you have never seen Dance Moms, the newer, what I think they've tried to like reboot it a couple times. It's not the same, but back in the day, it was extremely watchable, and Nia was really good on there. Of course, she was herself because she was a child dancer that came up through the ranks. So the final casting news tidbit that I'd like to talk about is Winsor Harmon as Thorne Forrester. We last saw him on December 15th. When it first came out that Winsor was back as Thorne, he said he would love to be back on Bold full-time if Brad Bell would write for his character. Fans would love it, but I expect Bell will definitely not do it, hasn't done it, and is not going to write for the character because he only likes to write for the characters that he likes, and he doesn't care what viewers like. And I think, in fact, we may have actually already seen the last of Thorne. You know how Bold likes to exit people without telling you they've exited them? Well, that's what I suspect may have happened with Winsor Harmon. And do not expect to see Eric Forster's other kids. Remember, Ridge mentioned the other day, Felicia and Kristen and Rick were up at the hospital visiting Eric. Well, we didn't get to see them. That was a total off-screen, non-appearance appearance. So we're not getting them back. You know, maybe they have one or two more scenes filmed ahead with Thorne for when Eric comes home from the hospital. But yeah, that seems kind of like a long shot. Instead, we may get Ridge just saying and passing something like, too bad Thorne had to go back to insert some European city here because he had work to do and Dad's pulling through just fine. All right, that's it for my Bold and the Beautiful comings and goings update. Please click subscribe if you haven't. Definitely share your comments below. I do have to say I'm a little frustrated with how they're handling casting after they fired Krista Allen, fired Darin Brooks, you know, maybe exited Winsor Harmon without telling us. Bringing him back for just a handful of episodes feels like the most minimal effort they could have made to include Eric's other children in his death storyline, you know, his biological children. So it's just insane. All right, check back here soon. I'm here talking B&B with you guys 7 days a week. And as always, this is Belinda from Soap Dirt. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast. because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.